Well, hello, this is Grandpa Roy Haney. How you doing? Doing stories so they have a record so my grandkids, great-grandkids, and all them will know what's going on in their past, in their history. And I hope that your kids can enjoy them too. So you just call yourself my grandkids and everything's fine. But I'm going to tell you a story about me. Now you got to realize as a little feller, my job, and I took it very seriously, was hunting. I was about 9, 10 years old, and I had gone into the woods so much, I had basically named every squirrel. And I've been watching this one squirrel up on the ridge. Oh, it had given me an awful time. Every time I walk into that woods, that squirrel, it would spot me no matter how quiet I was, that squirrel, and I had a vendetta. But that squirrel was too small to shoot. Now, my mama loves young squirrel. But I had to wait for that squirrel to get older. It come a frosty November day, and I decided today's the day. My brother, now he decided that he was going to go hunting with me. Now, I didn't like that because when we were raised, we didn't have a whole lot. And he was bigger than me, so when we went hunting, that meant that he was going to get my mama's shotgun. That's a Model 12 Winchester 20 gauge pump. I would have to use my shotgun. That's a Hermitage Arms, patent 1913, 28 gauge single shot. I like the pump. I like the 20 gauge. My brother didn't hunt too much, but he was going to take the 20. So here we go. It's before daylight, and we ease down in the woods, and I get up under a tree, and I'm watching an old hickory nut and a beech nut tree side by side, as I knew that squirrel was going to come out of that beech nut tree. My brother goes down to the bottom of the holler, sits under a holly tree. I had only seen one squirrel in my life. Clear today, I've only seen one squirrel in a holly tree. And my brother shot it. And he was watching that same tree for the next dumb squirrel going to climb a holly tree. Holly tree's got those little pricklies. They are rough on animals. But my brother's sitting here, he's watching it, and it's cold. It's frosty. That squirrel comes out, and I'll be doggone, I'm sitting there just as quiet as I can be, and it spots me. It goes right between the forks of the beech tree, looks at me and it just starts going at me. And I got looking at it. The only thing I can see is its head. I figured, well, what the heck? I just shoot it, and I shot it in the head. That little 28 gauge is not as powerful as that 20. And I knocked that squirrel out of the tree, and I was about to get up to go make sure I killed it. And my brother says, I'm going to the house, I'm cold. Well, I wasn't done hunting. And he walks up. Now, there's 3 things he did wrong. 1, he was loud. 2, he didn't swap coats with me. He had the only good coat we had that was really warm. It was what you call an old horsehair coat, real thick wool. Oh, it's warm and toasty. My coat was kind of cold. I was kind of shivering. And he didn't swap me shotguns either. He took his 20 gauge back to the house. I sat there. He walked up and says, well, I'll take your squirrel with me. Well, I started to say something, but my older brother knew best. He put that squirrel in the pocket of his coat, and away he went. I got done hunting, didn't see anything else. I started on to the house. I got almost to the house, and my mama comes out. And she don't normally come out on a frosty morning and, not really dressed for it. Comes out to the gate and says, son, Danny wants you to have a whipping. Says, I know you didn't do it. You didn't plan for that squirrel to only be knocked out and try to get him bit. And I said, no, ma'am, I didn't do it. Evidently, my brother walked back to the house. It's cold. He put his hands in the pocket of that coat. That warm squirrel was there keeping his fingers warm. That tail was there for him to play, wrapping it around his fingers. That squirrel woke up. That squirrel woke up with a headache. That squirrel woke up mad. He he jerks out his hand and he has that squirrel's tail wrapped all around his fingers. He can't get rid of the squirrel. The only thing he can do is he's whip it around, keep it from biting him. He finally gets over to a fence post and he kills the squirrel. He knows today, and that was a long time ago, that I had planned that I knew that squirrel was alive, knew that squirrel was going to wake up, knew he was going to wrap his hand around that tail, and was trying to get him bit. I hate to say it, if I could have, I would have, but I didn't. Y'all take care, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye now.